things. I want you to put in your entry in your table of contents. Vivid verbs is our topic. The date is the 18th of December. And as soon as you are finished writing in your table of contents, I want you to open up to a fresh page. Let's go. And I'm going to write some things on the board, and I want you to copy what I write on a fresh piece of paper. Okay?
That's not in the book.
Raise your hands, please, if there's something you want to say. Carly.
What's the date?
Date is up already. Yep.
Do we write it on?
In the notebook. Correct. In the notebook. Okay, and I want you to write this sentence, okay? If there's something you want to say, Abby, you will raise your hand. Yeah.
Do we write the pencil ball? Do we write vivid verbs? Like at the top?
The vivid verbs could definitely be the topic, and you will write the sentence underneath, okay? And underline what I underlined, okay?
What about the pencil? Do we write that down too? Or do we
Write the whole sentence. The pencil sharpener makes the pencil into a sharp point and leaves the leftovers out. It's one sentence, okay? Clear? Yeah. You write vivid verbs, you write the date and the page number.
Doesn't the
The
title...
pencil is not the title, it's just the first two words of the sentence. Yeah, you're good. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I made it look unclear. I apologize about that. Avi, what's the issue? You're still confused? Vivid verbs on top is perfect. You did a great job.
Yes.
Vivid verbs. Excellent. Go to the next line. Okay. You're going to write the pencil.
I know. I just like, I normally when I write something, I write the title over here.
Okay, don't. So just, let's try and just stay focused over here. Okay? Okay. The topic is called vivid verbs. 2 words. Raise your hand if you know what both words mean. Vivid and verb. Raise your hand if you know what one of those words means. Okay. Hand up if you know what vivid means. Anybody? 1, 2. Good. Yeah.
Clear.
Clear. Excellent. Anybody want to describe it in another way? Vivid. Strong. Excellent word. Vivid can often be used to describe a color. A vivid color. What do you think that means in terms of a color? Yes.
Like a color that stands out.
A color that stands out, okay? The yellow over here, I would call this a vivid yellow. Can you miss this color easily?
No.
No, it stands out. It's going to knock you in the head. Verbs. What does verb mean? That's a word that all of us should be familiar with, or at least sound familiar if we forgot what it might have meant. Michaela, we don't sharpen a pencil while the teacher's talking. Verbs. What is a verb? What is a verb? Yeah.
An action word.
An action word. Give me an example. Zoe. Nope, that's a noun.
Oh.
An action. A verb is an action. Yes.
Like, you're asking me to do, like, say an action?
Yes.
Running.
Running is an example of a verb.
Jumping.
Jumping is an example.
Hopping.
Hopping, definitely. Those are all action words. But those are just verbs. What is a vivid verb? Based off of what we said vivid is, and based off of how we explained a verb, Ethan, wake up. What would you call a vivid verb? Give me an example of what you think would be a vivid verb. Yeah.
A strong action.
A strong action. A word that describes a strong action. Zoe.
A verb that stands out.
A verb that stands out. Yeah.
Like in a comic book when they put like the words in the like, and then the outlining is like.
Very good. In a comic book when they kind of put it in like a big speech bubble like they do. right? And it's in like a big speech bubble, and it makes it kind of like flash out in your mind. Very good. Those are all great ideas. Yeah.
Or in my books,
Like this.
when they write like the main words, they'll write it like just like with capital letters, all capital letters.
Okay, you're focusing on standing out, right? So you can make a word, very good. You can make it big like that, you could make it in bold letters, but you know, a vivid verb doesn't have to be in bold letters. It doesn't have to be either in a big exclamation bubble because the word itself is so powerful. We say it drives the sentence. It's like the engine of the sentence. It gets it moving because the choice of verb is so strong that I don't need to put it in bold letters because the word itself is going to stick in your mind. It's such a great word choice. Now, the sharpener makes the pencil into a sharp point and leaves the leftovers out. Makes and leaves are the two verbs, right? They're the actions. Would you call those vivid verbs? Raise your hand if you think leaves is a vivid verb. Is it powerful? Are you good? Is it something that you're never going to forget, the word leaves? Well, or makes? Those are very, what I would call, weak. They don't stand out. They're pretty boring. Okay, I could use them in a million different sentences. They're not unique to this sentence. Can anybody think of a way, of a verb we can change this for? Or a verb we can switch this for that would make it more vivid, more powerful? Yeah.
Well, leaves isn't always an unvivid word. Like, let's say at the scene of a crime where the person leaves, that would be vivid. Like, you'd be like...
I think, and he zoomed from the scene of a crime is much better than leaves.
I know, but I mean, it's
or
still...
he sped away from the scene of the crime.
I know, but it still leaves you like...
Leaves the scene of a crime? We could disagree on that, but I think you could pick a better verb.
You could, but I mean, it's still...
That's what I'm trying to say, Abby.
It's still...
When we talk about vivid verbs, we're trying to pick words that are powerful. Leaves is okay. Abby, you're right. It's not a terrible verb. It does tell us what it's doing, but it isn't powerful. It isn't going to, like, knock you over.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and think right now. We'll see if we can brainstorm a little bit for a better verb for here, for makes or leaves. Come on, let's get some suggestions. Let's go. Yeah.
So I just have one thing, like in
Is it on topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the comic books when it says like when Abby was talking about when they make those big words when they make those words in the bubble, they're normally words that normally even if you did put them in the bubble they'd stand out.
That's true.
So
I agree
like
with
this.
I agree with you. Yeah, shaboom, right? That's definitely a word that would stand out regularly. But let's get back over here. Can anybody think of anything? I'm going to give you a sample. The sharpener transforms the pencil into a sharp point and vomits the leftovers out.
Oh.
Can you visualize it though?
Yeah.
Can you picture that now? Is that a lot clearer? Is that a lot more vivid? Does that make that sentence more powerful? Raise your hand if you think it's more powerful now. Let's see if you can make something up. What can you think? Anybody? You just don't have one, you could just give me one. Think of anything. Don't be scared. If it's not super vivid, it's okay. We're still practicing, right? Yeah.
I don't know, but the sharpener swirls.
Swirls the pencil. That's excellent. That is a word that I can visualize. Can you see that in your mind? I can see it so clearly. Swirls. I see the little pieces going round and round. Excellent. Yeah.
The sharpener sheds the shaves.
Sheds the shavings. Excellent. What about shreds?
Yeah.
Shreds. Sheds. Okay. Shreds. Excellent. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. What about and leave the leftovers out? I have a list of like 6. Yeah.
And throws the leftovers.
Throws the leftovers out. That's a lot better than leaves. It's visual. I can see it. Right? Yeah. Spits the leftovers out. Fantastic. Come on. Someone else. Yeah.
Who's that?
Okay, you could technically say that. Yeah. Dumps the leftovers out. Excellent. Yeah. do all these things, they're all actions, right? Throws, kicks, they're all movements, right? And when we give movements to inanimate objects, right? Because a pencil sharpener doesn't technically kick, right? But it makes it so much more visual, right? We can really see it. Here's what we're going to do now. Row 1. Come sit right over here in front of me. Row 2, come sit. Row 3, row 4. Everybody, let's go down here. Oh, wait, stop, pause. Bring your writer's notebook, bring a pencil. Nope, don't bring your chair. Yelene, put it back. Quick, quick, quick. Yes, and you're going to use it soon. Have a seat. Israel, let's go. Pencil and writer's notebook. This book is called Water Dance. Now, I'm going to read it. As I read, you are going to write down all the vivid verbs you hear. Okay? Livia, repeat the instructions.
You have to write down all the things.
The things? I don't need to write down all the things you hear. Yeah. The vivid verbs you hear. Okay, so make sure you write down the vivid verbs you hear. Just to know, this whole book is original paintings. Okay, so these pictures are really magnificent. Take your writer's, that's a strike, please. We're not calling out. Take your writer's notebook, take a pencil, and come sit on the floor.
Can I just say this instead of like,
Yes. Avi, you're writing down all the vivid verbs you hear that I read to you.
Am I supposed to like?
Nope, just listen. For now, just listen. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Thomas Locker, he is the author, and this book is called Water Dance. Right off the top, do you hear a vivid verb? Dance, right? Dance is definitely vivid. I can visualize it. Some people say that I am one thing. Others say that I am many. Ever since the world began, I have been moving in endless circles. Sometimes I fall from the sky. I am the rain. Sometimes I cascade.
What's cascading?
I tumble.
What's cascading?
Down, down, over the moss-covered rocks, through the forest shadows. I am the mountain stream. Remember, we're just writing down verbs. Some of these might be sensory imagery words, but you're only writing verbs. Verbs are actions, okay? At the foot of the mountains, I leap from the stone cliff.
What?
Spiraling, plunging, I am the waterfall. In the shadows of the mountain, I am still and deep. I fill and overflow. I am the lake.
Are shadows a verb or is it
Shadows is not a verb, but don't worry so much about that. Just listen, and whatever you get, okay? I wind through broad golden valleys, joined by streams, joined by creeks. I grow even wider, broader, and deeper. I am the river. I pass through a gateway of high stone palisades, leaving the land behind. Cool silver moonlight sparkles and dances on my waves. I am the sea. Drawn upward by warm sunlight in white silver veils, I rise into the air. I disappear. I am the mist. In thousands of shapes, I reappear, high above the earth in the blue sky. I float. I drift. I am the clouds. Carried by winds from distant seas, I move, growing heavier, growing darker, returning. I am the storm front. I do not want to hear your voice. At the wall of the mountains, I rise up, as gleaming power-filled towers. In the darkened sky, I am the thunderhead. I blind the sky with lightning. The earth trembles with my thunder. I rage. I drench the mountainside. I am the storm. Storms come, storms pass. I am countless droplets of rain, left floating in the silent air. I reflect all the colors of sunlight. I am the rainbow. I am one thing, I am many things. I am water. This is my dance through our world. Okay? Who found some vivid verbs? Raise your hand. Okay. Who felt, let's see if I could describe this well. Who felt movement in the language? Like who could feel the words moving? Okay? Good vivid verbs will make you feel as if the words are dancing. Who understands what I mean by that? Who gets why the author chose to call this water dance? Not just a story of the life cycle of the rain. This is not just the story of the life cycle of the rain. You could feel the movement, right? You could see the dancing. That's what a vivid verb does. It lifts the words off the page and you literally can see them moving. Who wants to give me just give me one example of a word you found. Or try and pick your favorite one from all of them. Look through it carefully and pick your number one top vivid verb that you saw. Yeah.
Actually, can I say something? There was a bunch of repetition in there. There was a lot of repetition in there. I am.
I am. Why do you think they did that? What did we speak about with repetition? What do you repeat for?
You repeat for
to create
emphasis.
And what could it create, repetition?
It could create feelings.
Feelings! Excellent! Did you feel as if the water was sort of talking to you?
Yeah.
I am, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
I sort of, when you said, did you feel like the story was alive? I sort of only thought that really because if I was reading it, I wouldn't really think it was alive unless I was really into it. But like, you sort of made it sound better.
Like from when you actually were able to hear it.
Yeah.
Which word was your favorite, Jordan?
My favorite word was leap.
Leap. That's a great word. I could say I went onto a rock, or I could say I leaped onto a rock. Doesn't that change the whole thing? Yeah. Give me another one.
How I think the story was really good. How it said it always gave it a little hint to find what was it was lake or river. Or
what it was going to be talking about. Yeah. This is a very, very well written story. Michaela?
I like the word disappear.
Disappear. Okay, you could say the boy hid, or you could say the boy disappeared. Right? Doesn't that just sound more like, I don't want to use the word magical, but it does. It's more mysterious, right? There's more movement. Yeah.
Well, it's also because you said it in more of a voice instead of.
Well, voice makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
right?
It doesn't make the word. It makes the word sound more than it is. If you're reading it in your head, then it wouldn't sound but how you said it.
You definitely have a point, but if the author hadn't chosen those words, Zoe, would I have been able to make it sound so dramatic? Yeah. If it would have just been the water goes down.
See, you're the water goes out.
But even if I would say the water goes down, or the water tumbles down, what sounds better? Goes. It's the same voice, but tumble sounds better.
I love tumble.
It sounds better than goes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, tremble.
Tremble. Excellent word. I was scared. Or you could say, I was trembling in my bed. Right? It makes such a difference. Yeah.
Drench.
Drenched. Fantastic. I came into my house wet. I came into my house soaking wet. Or I came into my house drenched. Which is more powerful? Drenched. Right? It's just a stronger word. Yeah.
Spiraling.
Spiraling is, I think I would pick that definitely in my top. I think tumbling and spiraling are my two, and cascading.
Oh, that's
those three. You were going to say cascading? I love the word cascading. I think it's so visual. I think you could really see the movement. Yeah. Plunging. That's another fantastic one. The girl jumped into the lake. Or, Zoe, that's the second time I've had to look at you. I don't want to have to do it again. or the girl plunged into the lake. So much more powerful. Yes?
Wind.
Wind, excellent. I turned down the road, or I whined my car around the bend.
It sort of feels like those little cars that you have to wind up.
Yes, definitely. Okay, Rena, last one.
Blind.
Blind, excellent. I couldn't see. The sun made it that I couldn't see. Or I was blinded by the rays of the sun. Much more powerful, right? Here's what we're going to do. I want you to pick a partner. Not yet, just wait. I want you to pick a partner. I want you to take the book that you have at your desk. And I want you to look through your books. And I want you to each find 5 vivid verbs. Powerful vivid verbs. Then, what do you think you're going to have to do with those 5 vivid verbs? Yeah. Make a story. Do a writing piece. It could be any of the 5 entries, right? A just now, a wandering, an imagination, any type of writing piece. And I want you to incorporate those 5 words. Now, why are we doing this in partners? You could use his words if you like his or hers better. You can help each other write the sentences. Okay, so you can also use each other for feedback. Ask the person, do you think this is a good vivid verb, or is it kind of weak? Like you said, Zoe, when you hear it, it sounds more powerful than not. So you may want to read it aloud to the person next to you and say, well, what do you think of that? Because it sounds much more powerful when you hear it. Yeah?
Can you choose more than 5?
You definitely can, but the limit is 5. Okay? So raise your hand if you have a question on the assignment. Minimum is 5, maximum is however many you want, as long as you get a story done. Jordan, repeat the instructions.
You have to choose 5 vivid verbs from a book
Excellent.
that you have on your desk, and then you have to make a story of them.
Fantastic. Okay, so find your seats, pick a partner, work at one person's desk. It's a yellow light.
So many action words. It's crazy. That's why I chose it. I chose it because it has so many action words.
Make sure that they're actions, right? Because sometimes they can
Pretty much. Well, if it says the greatest
Are we on number today? Because kids are absent, so join in with another group for 3, okay?
You can't only use my verbs.
Yeah, 2 different books. Piece of paper.
Please. Yeah.
Don't use this separate piece of paper. Write everything in your writer's notebook.
Earlier, writer's notebook.
Israel doesn't have fire. Israel, come here.
Gosh. I could make one of those.
Jordan, you could read it aloud, just not into the loud of the voice, okay? Make sure you write down all 5 words so that I could see them, and then I want to be able to see the story, okay? Because I'm going to get a great feel for how well you understood this lesson based off of the words you choose and how you use them in your story.
Your family's so big, they write their names in a book.
What's in already? Remember, guys, a verb is what kind of a word? Israel. A verb is a thing. What is it? What's a verb? Cascading. Right? It's an action. Scooch over. Okay, you got a book? Where's your book that you're working on? Where's a bib?
What's here? Maybe you can give me this book. Give me this book.
Here.
Now you're reading off.
Yes. Fast is fast can you not work with your seats? Work that way to the black down and same quick. This is really important. Look at my face. Yes or no? Yes or no question. Can you try or no? You'll try. Okay, so put your notebook on the desk, please. We're looking for 5 verbs, 5 action words. Broken. Sketchy is good. Fiddling is excellent.
Wait, there's like scissors.
They're like yeah.
Okay,
What is Twilight? Twilight is the destroyer.
so totally.
Let me go.
Actions that's the thing.
Yep, we just like
Good one, not a verb. Was attached Attached is a verb. It's just not. I know, but it's not.
Guess what my dog is?
Pancakes. Yeah. Yes.
It's what's this
Amendment. We needed a further amendment. Why does it change? I think you're describing our really nouns or sounds. Remember we had that time in communicating skills and you had to do screech, cause, bang, remember? Those are all nouns, not words.
Is declared.
Yes. Can I see some of your words? What have you got? Looking? Parish is enormous. Description word. It has to be a verb. Remember, we're looking for verbs. Verbs are action words. Action words, okay? I'm seeing a lot of people choosing descriptive words, which are great words for sensory imagery, but they're not vivid verbs. We're focusing on verbs today.
Okay, I've got reluctantly some split. Stop. Build.
Stomp is a verb. Smack is one. These are all nouns. They're sounds. Sounds are nouns. You can use them. You should use them. Just try and look for some verbs too. Okay? Yes. Spotted is super fast. I think there's a better one word that you could do. I don't like super fast. That's descriptive. You could do speeded, right? Or sped. Or zoom. We don't know. Israel, what have you found? Open up the page. Jordan, I'll be with you in a sec, okay?
Is it door? Is it door? A door?
Open is an action. Door is a noun. Right? Do you see the difference between that? Like a door is something. All we had to do was wall off. That is a verb. It's an unusual way of using the word wall, right? And it's a verb.
How do you know how to? This is why this is the best. This is the best.
That's right, you're connecting it. Yeah. Sounds very strong. First they were very the only thing they were allowed to was shh. Like the one thing they had was church on Sundays, and they were allowed to have that kind of movement. So they would they felt very connected to the story of the Jews getting removed from Egypt, because that was a Bible story they were here, and they would use it sort of as like a symbol to
Oh, really?
their slavery and how they're going to be freed. But they would sing these songs all the time, like, "Go down, Moses, down, see Egypt," and they would like sing these tunes in the field. And really they were saying like, you know, one day we'll be free from our master. But because it sounded like a Bible thing, the masters wanted to sing it.
Is she reading
Similar.
and did you read Underground Canada how the originally kept on singing the song?
Right.
It's
Edging, definitely.
It means getting closer.
Or it can edge away from it. It's moving.